Daniel in the lion's den. It was the scariest moment of Daniel's life. He was about to be thrown into a den full of hungry lions. The giant wild animals were ready to tear him apart. Daniel knew that once the stone was rolled over the entrance, he would be left alone in the dark, with only the sounds of growling beasts. His heart raced, but he didn't give up his faith. How did he end up in this terrifying situation? Let's go back and see. A long time ago, Daniel lived in a place called Babylon. The king of Babylon, King Darius, ruled over a vast land. He had many helpers, called governors, who helped him take care of the kingdom. Daniel was one of the governors, but he wasn't just any governor. He was special. Daniel was known for being wise, honest, and trustworthy. King Darius loved him and was planning to make him in charge of the whole kingdom, even above all the other governors. This made the other governors jealous. They didn't like the idea of Daniel being more important than them. The jealous governors decided to find a way to get rid of Daniel. They knew that Daniel was a good man, and they couldn't find any way to trap him with lies or mistakes. So, they came up with a clever plan. They knew that Daniel prayed to God 3 times a day. No matter what, Daniel never missed his time of prayer. The governors decided to use this against him. They went to King Darius and said, "Your Majesty, we think it would be a good idea to make a law that says, for the next 30 days, no one should pray to anyone except you, the king. If anyone prays to a god or anyone else, they should be thrown into the lion's den." King Darius didn't realize that the governors were tricking him. He thought it sounded like a good idea, so he agreed. He signed the new law, and once a law was signed by the king, it couldn't be changed. The governors were happy. They knew that Daniel wouldn't stop praying to his God, and now, if he prayed, he would be breaking the king's law. They had won. When Daniel heard about the new law, he didn't panic. He didn't even hesitate. He knew what was right. He still went to his room, opened the windows toward Jerusalem, and knelt down to pray to God, just like he always had. Daniel wasn't afraid of the law. He trusted God more than anything else. The jealous governors had been watching Daniel closely, and when they saw him praying, they rushed to tell King Darius, "Your Majesty, Daniel has disobeyed your law. He is praying to his God, not to you. He must be thrown into the lion's den." King Darius was shocked. He didn't want to hurt Daniel because he trusted him, but he had signed the law and the law had to be followed. The king was very upset. He tried to find a way to save Daniel, but there was nothing he could do. The law could not be changed. With a heavy heart, King Darius ordered that Daniel be taken to the lion's den. Soldiers grabbed Daniel and led him to the dark, scary place where the lions lived. As they approached the den, the growling of the lions could be heard. The stone that would seal the entrance was already in place. Daniel had no way out. Before Daniel was thrown in, King Darius said to him, "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." King Darius wanted to believe that God could save Daniel, but he wasn't sure. It seemed impossible. Daniel was thrown into the den, and the stone was rolled over the entrance. King Darius went back to his palace, but he couldn't sleep. He spent the whole night worrying about Daniel. He didn't eat or drink. He couldn't stop thinking about what might be happening to his trusted servant. He had no idea if Daniel was still alive. At the break of dawn, as soon as it was light, King Darius rushed to the lion's den. He ordered the stone to be removed, and he called out to Daniel, "Daniel, has your God whom you serve been able to save you from the lions?" Daniel's voice came from inside the den, calm and strong. "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me because I was found innocent in his sight, and I have done no wrong before you, your majesty." King Darius was overjoyed. He had never been so happy in his life. He ordered that Daniel be taken out of the den. Daniel was safe, not a scratch on him. The lions had not touched him. King Darius then ordered that the men who had tricked him into making the law be thrown into the lion's den. They were punished for their evil plan, and this time the lions were hungry. They quickly attacked the men before they even hit the ground. After all this, King Darius wrote a letter to everyone in his kingdom. He said, "I make a decree that in every part of my kingdom, people must fear and respect the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he endures forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his rule will never end. He rescues and saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions." Daniel continued to serve in the kingdom, and God gave him many successes. Everyone knew that the God of Daniel was the one true God. Daniel's story reminds us that God is always with us, even when we face impossible situations. Daniel's courage to stand by his faith and trust in God showed that God has the power to protect us, no matter how difficult things may seem. Even in the face of the scariest moments, God is there, and he is stronger than anything in the world. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.